Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today in our studio is Formula 1 Manager 2022 edition. So the platform is reviewing the PC, obviously. The gamepad support is no. And what else? So Kevin Magnussen with the safety strategy and some well-timed push finished the third in Spanish Grand Prix, while Mick Schumacher, who took more breaks and spun at once, managed a decent 10th. This takes my Hess team to the fourth in the team rating for the Formula 1 season, and with a new coming rear wing and a host of improvements to my facilities, I like my changes for the new few races. I'm also scouting some promising F2 drivers for the next seasons and researching car upgrades, hoping to keep performance up and get Haas to at least third place in 2023. F1 Manager 2022 is developed and published by the Frontier Developments. I played on PC using Steam, and the game can also be picked up for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and other platforms from the Microsoft and the Sony. As the name clearly reveals, this is a title that aims to simulate the complex of the real-world sport of Formula 1. The game has full licenses for Formula 1, Formula 2 and Formula 3. Which means that the fans of the sport will be able to select any of the real-world teams that they love or simply see an interesting to play, and then try to squeeze the best possible performance out of them. Real names for the drivers and the staff, and decent rating for the comments and email interaction ensure a solid level of the immersion. Formula 1 2020 gameplay can be separated in two halves: race weekends and everything else. As team principal, players will engage with a tons of decisions that can have a big impact. Budget needs to be managed, even as the team facilities require upgrades of refurbishment. The team car needs to stay in a top shape as they complete the resources with the new development and research to stay competitive next season. There are also drivers to manage and a board to keep as happy as possible. Once the driver stuff is out of the way, it is time to race. All the real-world circuits are simulated, with all activities of the weekend available through simulation is available as an option. Practice sessions are required to get the track knowledge, make sure drivers understand their cards, and more importantly, dial in the car setup to specific track. Then comes qualifying, where the focus is on delivering the fastest possible lap, taking into account track conditions and traffic generated by the other teams. It's tempting to simulate practice and even qualifying, but it's really satisfying to dial in the cars and the drivers yourself and then place well on the grid. The game delivers realistic results via simulation, but lower ranked teams like Haas really benefit from the human touch. But the big event is actually the Grand Prix. Even before rubber meets road, players will have to make a big choice what pit stop strategy to use, and then it's lights out and the big powerful engines of Formula 1 deliver spectacle and drama. Players can dedicate how their drivers manage tries, fuel and the ERS system, but much of their performance depends on their attributes: the state of the car, the way of the team approach the race, the track conditions and more. I suggest viewing a few laps from the cockpit, even at 2x speed, to see how the track challenges each driver and decide when they should push and when they can relax a little. It's a result of each of the race seems settled, then push the game speed to 16, but I found that the most of the time there is something cool to watch do until the Chihuahua flag is waved. If there is one thing that Formula 1 22 does not simulate well, crashes and safety cars. The mechanics for both well, but compared to the real world 2022 season, too many cars finish the races, mainly because drivers seem unwilling to get into those kinds of duels that lead to spin and crashes. Formula 1 Manager 2022 looks good, has a presentation that's very much influenced how televised coverage of the sport. Each track has an introduction. There are engine-generated videos for the teams and drivers' presentations, and the races themselves, and close to realistic point of view from the car TV on the cameras. The game also does a good job of laying out information through the interface could be a little snappier. The sound design is on the same level with the commentary from the Karun Chuk and David Crowd, great engine noises, and even clips for the 20 drivers that take a part in a real-world competition telling why you failed, to give them the best setup to win a race. So 3 points from the bad, that's some AI car behavior, has a step learning curve and a limited soundtrack, and the good ones, 3, the race is spectacle, the full licenses for F1, F2 and F3, the deep simulation elements too. So let's get to the conclusions. Formula 1 Manager 22 is a great way to create alternative narration for the fans. Pick your favorite team, try to find ways to push it to even increasing performance, despair when the races don't go according to plan, pump your fist when you create a perfect strategy and manage to get past Leclerc and Hamilton on the final 2 laps of the Bahrain. The game will draw in fans simply want to see if they can do better. The real managers and obstacles they aim to tinker with the setup during each practical season. The biggest drawback the experience is that it required patience and time to get the gamer to enjoy everything it offers. Yes, you can simply simulate everything else and engage with the races, but true joy lies in exploring all simulated aspects of Formula 1. Give Formula 1 Manager 22 your attention and will deliver a wonderful racing experience. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to comment and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye bye.